Interesting. Things are starting to, I think people have really been kind of like shaken over the past 3 years, especially during COVID, bro. I think COVID and what happened and what's still happening has really shattered a lot of people's worldviews that they've maintained all of these years. You know what I mean? And it's waking people up to a reality that they never really knew existed, but they're going to have to start dealing with. And bro, sprinkle on top of all of that, the alien disclosure stuff that isn't coming out organically. It's being forced down our throats by the freaking government.
By the government.
Okay. Yeah. And so once you see that the government's made the shift and they're the ones propagating this narrative, you're like, hold on, you've been lying to me for a really freaking long time. Everything you guys say is a lie. Why are you disclosing this to me right now in this day and age? Why wasn't this 20 years ago? Why wasn't this 10 years ago? Why is it right now in this time with everything else that's happening in this world? And if you really want to get wild with it, then you get to the Christian conspiracy side and they're like, oh, it's because there's a rapture coming, you know? And some Christians have been saying for a long times that a lot of Christians are just going to up and freaking disappear. Right. And so the government is preparing because they too arguably would see the signs, right? You can go through Revelation and it's almost like we're watching somebody checking off items on the list of like, this should happen, then this should happen, then this should happen. Right. And arguably the government's not stupid. You know what I mean? And they've got scientists on board. They've got astronomers on board. They have theologians and priests and all of these things are within their wheelhouse of knowledge, you know? And they would likely want to come up with some sort of game plan or some sort of, what's it called when like the military plans out a bunch of different scenarios so that if A happens, they'll do B. If B happens, they do C. If it happens differently, they always have a game plan in play, no matter what happens. But there's a name for that. It's like a military strategy, but I can't think of it.
Okay. I can't.
So if they're seeing things unfolding in a very, very specific prophetic way, it would make sense that they're like, dude, we need to come up with a reason why people might freaking disappear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be complete and utter chaos. Yeah. Right. And here's the thing, like if you do believe in a rapture, this kind of circles back to where we started with the rapture stuff. Yeah. If you do believe in a rapture, the people that are left behind, wouldn't you think that the people left behind would be like, holy crap, that was a rapture. Right. Christians have been talking about this for thousands of years. Yeah. We should become Christian because in 7 years, Jesus is coming back because that's what the Bible said, right? That's what you would think people would do. But guess what? If you keep reading the Bible, it says that people don't repent, people harden their hearts, they get even more mad at God. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if the government was like, no, that wasn't a rapture. Remember all those aliens we've been telling you about? That was the aliens. We've figured this might happen. If they start covering, that might be a very good reason for people not to consider the Bible as real, not to want to convert to Christianity, and not to take it literally, even though people just disappeared. You see what I'm saying?
Totally. But it's got to be such a huge event, though. Like, so if the rapture, which I'll be honest, like my whole life I believed because I was taught to believe in the rapture.
Me too.
I had no biblical, like real understanding of it. I was just taught this and I was like, okay, sounds cool. We're all going to be, like, cool. Hopefully that could happen to me. Right. And I would love that to happen. I think that'd be so.
I hope it's true.
Yeah, I hope it's true.